Say it's a bit muddy. So that can't be right. Pubs don't close at 4 o'clock. To the north.
So we're done for.
I hope you don't mean down this track.
G'day punters. A bit more on the Flinders, I suppose. In here, well, probably I reckon 10 days earlier than we expected, only because we were expecting to stay at Arkaroola, which is just a little town north of Port Augusta. There's a pub there, and Hammer Maps said that they got camping and stuff. The boss said she checked the internet and said the pub was closed at 4 o'clock. I said, that can't be right, pubs don't close at 4 o'clock. We turned up at about 10 minutes to 3. Sure enough, it's closing at 4 o'clock, and they weren't doing camping. Did get offered a job there, politely declined, bought a beer. They are doing accommodation, 2 nights accommodation packages. I think it's about $500 per person for 2 nights, and you get a dinner and a breakfast for that. It's west of entry into the Flinder Ranges around the Acacia Ridge area, and that's where we've headed in that way towards Mount Franklin. And let's see if I can get the yeah, it's creek, Arkaroola Creek, that's it here in front of us. Lots of free camping along here. Well, when I say free camping, there's lots of people camping along here, not just along where we are, but further, I assume, upstream and further downstream towards the Arkaroola Village. There's a resort down that way too, which is a campground. We were sort of heading that way, but we thought we'd have a look in here first. And here we are, freezing, absolutely. And first bit of video, I suppose, in this series. You might say this is our second day in the Flinders Ranges, but between the intro part and today's probably been about 2 weeks. Been travelling around the southern part of South Australia, Clare, Adelaide Hills, Hundorf. We're back up into the northern section of Flinders Ranges now, heading towards Gammon Ranges. We're near Copley, Lee Creek, heading, I guess, east, and just checking out the signs. You can see there that Strzelecki's closed. We're heading to Arkaroola. Looks like we can get in there, 4-wheel drive. There's some shit weather around, as you can see. Hopefully it's not going to close in behind us and lock us in there, because I've chosen a route with the most blacktop. But now we've got dirt, and coming out the other side of the Flinders Ranges is mostly dirt as well, so it's going to be interesting. Yeah, nice rainbow, haven't stopped for that. Got to let the tyres down. Come 48 kilometres. Say it's a bit muddy. I think they've probably added a couple of 100 kilos to the caravan. Anyhow, I've got to drop the tyre pressures down. Gammon Ranges. We're actually in the national park now, so I don't know what that makes, but the road's certainly a lot better. It has been so far. It hasn't got any cleaner. There's a caravan under there somewhere. Yep, you're going to be listening to me puff and pan again. Arkaroola Station, or Arkaroola. That's where we're camped up. We're doing the Acacia Ridge walk, 5.2 kilometres. They give you a free drop off to the start point. Done 200 metres. Grade 3. They say allow 3 hours. They give you a little walking trail brochure. Apparently you can also download that on an app. Probably about, I don't know, maybe a kilometre into the walk. That's the road we got dropped off on down there. Just picked up this bit of rock. I thought it was a bit of quartz or something, but it's really light. Interesting. So the view. Way down that way is the Arkaroola Village. We're about 3.4 kilometres. No, 2.4 kilometres into the walk. We're walking up to the halfway mark, I reckon. 2.6 to go, I think. Soon. It's been all uphill to here. The little track off to the right goes up to the summit, 200 metres. I think the brochure say it's well formed, it's probably well defined. A little bit loose rocks. Can't even see the road going in and out now, it's too far down the valley. This is the summit of the walk. Looking westish now. Back around to the south. East. Sort of north. Being at the highest point in this walk, you'd think it'd be all downhill from here. Gradually, hopefully. Go back and have a look at that plum tree the boss spotted. Well, it's taken us just shy of an hour to get to here, which is about the halfway mark. The lady who dropped us off to the start of the walk stopped a couple of places on the way to our start point and pointed out a native orange and a native plum. Unlike the stuff up north. This is a native plum. They're not in season at the moment. A bit green. Apparently these are very sweet, very little bit of flesh on them and a seed, and the seed is used for seasoning. And the native orange apparently leaves a very bitter aftertaste. A bit larger fruit, probably about the size of a European plum that we used to, I suppose. Give you a little bit of background, well, on the weather really, and attire for the walk. Minimum temperature here today was 6 degrees, maximum forecast is 12. When I started the walk, shorts, walking shoes, boss has got long strides on. T-shirt, short sleeve rugby jersey, howdy, long sleeve rugby jersey, and my didgeridooners, which is it's an oil skin. It's like a dryzabone, but it's lined. Not too long into the walk, I took off the long sleeve rugby jersey, so I kept the didgeridooners on. And at the top there at the summit, I took the didgeridooner off. Internal lining of the sleeves was just soaked. So now I'm just down to a t-shirt and the short sleeve rugby shirt. And I'm a bit wet, soaked, sweat, not rain. I do recommend also that bring a first aid kit and at least 2 litres of drinking water per person. The boss has got her drinking bottle and I've got mine. Also carry the InReach, or the Garmin InReach Mini PLB as well. That more or less goes with us everywhere. Boss pointed out these curios, I suppose. The rocks hanging off the star pickets. I suppose that's the way they hold the star pickets vertically, if you can't get any purchase into the ground. But there's a few of them like that. Fun fact for the day. There's a brochure they hand out to you when you check in. It has a bit of information about water. They have no like aquifers here that they can tap balls into, so they say. They do rely on I think they call it a fossilised water supply. I suppose it's like a prehistoric sort of water supply that doesn't get replenished or something like that. That's the gist that I got in here. Otherwise they rely on rainwater. Back in around about the 80s, they built a dam over one of the local creeks. I think we're going to cross it on this walk. And again, the brochure says that since it's been built, it's probably only been filled a couple of times. When I was in the camp kitchen this morning, the rainwater tanks were overflowing, so they've had a good season of water here, and there was plenty of rain over the west side of the Flinders Ranges heading up this way. I'm guessing it's a bit of quartzy stuff. They got a whole bunch of minerals and rocks on display down at reception. Let's see if I can find it, see what it's called. We're at that 2 kilometre marker from the village. Car coming along. I think the summit here is only a couple of hundred metres, less than 400 metres high, I think, from 370 something the boss says, from where we walked down there on the roadside somewhere. Some more useless information for you about Arkaroola. It's a tongue twister in itself. Not about history, about current position. There's a bar, restaurant there, tour desk, little shoppy thing with their merch and stuff, and some basic food like ice creams. You buy bags of ice, frozen bread, chips, chocolates, water, soft drinks, like that sort of stuff. They've got a motel here. They've got cabins. They've got unpowered and powered sites. We're in a powered site. Wouldn't be making much electricity if we were unpowered. We were initially booked in here for 3 nights. We're now for 5 nights, so we're on power. Get things going. I think the powered sites are about $30 a night, or $35 a night, something like that. Same sort of amenities as any sort of campground. They got washing machine. Well, they got 2. One's not working. Camp kitchen, pretty basic. Showers and toilets. No dryers here. Got clotheslines. Campground's pretty empty. A lot of people left this morning. And talking to a couple of people, and they're staying on a little bit longer because they're waiting for the roads to open. Our plans were head down to Blindman from here, which is in the Flinders Ranges. Another story about why we're up here in Gammon Ranges, not Flinders, but for another time. So hopefully, well, the boss says that the road's open now. Wasn't yesterday. Plan is to bang out of here on Sunday. So that'll be after our 5th night, and head down to Blindman. Well, earlier on I mentioned about the dam. Well, this is it up here. Right there. And we're going to walk across the dam wall. That's where the trail goes. You see there's not too much water in there at the moment, eh? The dam wall was about 0.8 of a kilometre from the village. Just past the 0.6 of a kilometre marker. When you're driving hereabouts in the country a bit, you'll come across these road warning signs about what's open and what's not. I'll have a look at this one, if you can see it. Arkaroola to Yunta 4-wheel drive, Arkaroola to Blindman closed, Arkaroola to Copley 4-wheel drive and heavy vehicle. Well, we know the Blindman one's open. Been told by, again, the bird who dropped this off for the walk, it doesn't necessarily reflect the current status of road conditions. They're better off jumping on the internet and checking yesterday, roads. See what the current position is for road closures. On the way into the village, it's got all these samples of rocks that I found in the local area. There's an interesting piece of fossilised timber to the side of reception as well. So it's about 150 million years old. From a distance it looks like a piece of timber and I couldn't understand why it was being displayed. The fossilised piece of timber is just over there, underneath that gum tree. So this is the reception, kitchen, bar, whatever. It's taken us you see we left it, started our walk at 1:15 and it's 10 past 3, so just shy of 2 hours. The reception area, this is their little shop and the reception area. You got a bunch of rocks over there, and you'll recall on the walk I was going to try and find what that rock was that we looked at, black, look like quartzy stuff. I can't see it. Just a little bit of a dining area here and a lounge. Pool out the back, and there's a barbecue area as well, and the motel's out the back as well.